verdensmesterskapet i dødsing. Dagen skal du få nyte her sammen med oss på Filipstadkaia i Oslo. Det er duket for et forrykende show, da verdens beste dødsere skal konkurrere om å treffe vannskorpa best mulig etter 11-12 meter i freestyle. Jeg har med meg regjerende verdensmester, Kim André Haugerud. Hva tenker du om arenaen for dagens konkurranse?
Ser sykt ut. Sykt lang løpefart. Aldri hatt så lang løpefart noensinne. Så har vi vært litt kvelden der, så vært litt regn. Så vi tok et lite teststopp, og det var ganske glatt. Men det blir spennende å se.
Det er et litt nytt konkurranseformat i år. Det handler ikke bare om å vinne. Du skal potensielt slå ut en lagkompis eller en kompis. Hva tenker du om det?
Jeg har litt mixed følelse om det. Jeg er egentlig ganske spent selv, for jeg har aldri gjort dette før. Så jeg føler liksom jeg kanskje ikke det beste dødsvinner i år, men muligens den smarteste dødseren. For du må liksom se hvem du kommer mot da, og vite liksom, ok, han er flink på det, han er flink på det, kanskje jeg må ta det trikset i stedet for da, og mikse litt om. Man kan liksom ha en gameplan, men så må man plutselig skifte alt om.
Hvem er din største konkurrent i år? Hvem er du frykter mest på toppen?
Emil Lybekk, Truls, Arne. Hele gjengen egentlig. Vi er en god gjeng, og alle er liksom flink på noe. Som sagt, kommer jeg mot Arne i klassisk, da stiller han veldig sterkt. Men kommer jeg mot Arne i freestyle, så stiller kanskje jeg sterkere. Så spennende. Vi får se. Hva skal du gjøre for å forsvare den regjerende verdensmestertitlen som du besitter? Skal jeg prøve å gjøre litt ting dere kanskje ikke har sett før. Begynne litt rolig, eller hardt, vi får se.
Du, da ønsker vi deg hjertelig lykke til, Kim André. Det blir spennende å se deg fra tårnet. Og to som er like klare for årets konkurranse er våre kommentatorer Mathias Hansson og Joakim Nessem. De skal fortelle oss litt mer om hva som står for dagens agenda.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Filipstadkaia, Oslo, Norway for the 2020 World Championship of Døds. My name is Lars Unspe. With me is Stephanie Skaubo. How are you, Steph?
Hi, Lars. I'm doing good. I'm happy to be here with you today.
Well, we just saw an interview with last year's winner, Kim André Knudsen. He's talking a little bit about the new format, the battle mode that we're going to get back to a little later. But as of right now, let's talk about the classic and the freestyle dance.
Well, this year things are a little bit different. We will be starting with the freestyle dance. The freestyle is basically the same as a classic, but with acrobatics and increased difficulty.
This is some classic dance here. Here's Truls Torp doing his one of his jumps from last year. As you can see, I mean, stretched as wide as possible. That's the classic style. And introducing, of course, moving into the freestyle version, in which we have a lot more spins and tricks.
Yes, we certainly do. So I think what you're watching right now is a little bit of the freestyle dance, where basically anything can happen.
As long as you land in the proper way, you can do whatever you want up in the air as you're plummeting to the water.
Right. You either have to land with your elbows and knees together, hands and feet together, or no hands when your knees and head are together.
But as you said, we're going to start off with a freestyle version.
Yes, we are.
And the referees, the judges, they're just all lined up and ready to go. Hans-Jørgen Wist, the main referee to our left here, a long time judging these competition. Rasmus Hansen grew up with all of these dødsers from way back when, a lot of years as a judge as well. Fredrik Amundsen, world champion of 2009. Petter Andresen, one of the grand old boys of Døds. Been in the World Championship a lot of times, never won though. A lot of second and third spots. And finally, Tord Samuelsen, who unfortunately didn't qualify this year. But a lot of things happened last year.
A lot of things did happen last year. I think the judges are just excited as we are to see what's in store for us.
Let's take a look at how we got here this year. How did it all end up in this beautiful, beautiful day. Open seas. Was it always like this?
De fleste synes jo 10 meter kult, men jeg liker å ta teksten min over 20 meter også, når jeg komfortabel.
Ok, nå skal vi danse litt TikTok. Det er trenden nå til dags.
The road to the World Championship is hard and arduous. I mean, these guys have just been traveling around the world pretty much, dutzing all over.
Yeah, and what we're going to see now is
The test divers!
The test divers.
The test dutzers!
Tiny
Oh!
test divers. Gonna see
Just to see if the water's warm or cold?
Yeah, we're gonna have a rapid fire of a couple of dutzers.
9 years old, never too early to start is the way to go, apparently.
Look at these two guys.
Of course, we need to have some test dutzers. This is Jeppe Alexander Bergknav Korp, 12 years old, followed by another 12-year-old, and just to, you know, to round it off, a 60-year-old, just to show that we can all do whatever we want to do. Oh,
These guys are amazing. I think their parents are watching on and hoping for the best.
Fredrik Finn Hansen. But touching back a little bit while we're watching these test dutzers, this is their life. I mean, the guys who are in the World Championship right now, I mean, they have been traveling around the country, around the world, doing these insane stunts. We've had all these challenges around Norway.
Yep.
We've had an international competition. That's Sami Solgren from Finland. Oh my!
The judges
Can I just
are
say
getting ready
right
for
now,
this one. Yeah,
I'm gonna leave the judging, but that was not a good landing.
that was not a good landing.
He went for the belly flop.
Look at this guy.
Oh boy
Corona
himself,
prepared.
Morten Falteng, 60 years old, doing the classic.
Beautiful ducks.
But after all these challenges around the country, in which if you won, you got a spot in the finals, which we're in right now in the World Championship.
Right.
There's also an international competition in which we got a couple of Finns in there.
Mm-hmm.
We also had some wild cards from people who sent in their dutzes.
Right.
You just gotta love that there. Look at Morten. Beautiful. And all of these guys throughout the season have sent in their best dødsers. And 3 wild cards have been given out to Edvard Lund, Anders Rocks, Friberg, and Arne Haugland.
That's right. So this year we have 24 contestants in total for the men. The women we'll be seeing a little bit later.
All the way down to Werner Grön, and of course last year's winner Kim André Knudsen. Dødsing last.
And that can be a big advantage.
Well, you know, seeing what the other competitors are doing, he was touching on that a little bit in the interview.
Yeah.
In the battle mode. But ladies and gentlemen, let's get this thing started for real. It is time for Edvard Lund.
Edward's been solid for all of the previous seasons. Let's see what he has for us today.
Ooh. A flat flip and then the tuck. How's the landing, Steph?
I think we're gonna have to wait till we see the slow-mo on that, but I think it looked all right.
Tuck out.
Yeah, landing in a shrimp formation. Good air time.
It's got to be said, I mean, he didn't actually win any of the competitions thus far. Anders Holsvik Olsen won, but he didn't. He couldn't make it. So Edvard got his ticket.
Right.
Scores are
pretty high.
That's pretty high. I mean, what are the judges looking for?
The judges are looking for acrobatics and difficulty. They're looking for style and innovation, something that they haven't seen before. The Døds landing is, of course, very important.
As we're moving into Anders Rocks Friberg, another wild card. Had his debut in 2014, so he's got a couple of years on his back. Classic jean shorts. Whoa, slow rotation.
Looked a lot like a classic Døds, except for the rotation.
Yeah.
But he really owned the air in that one.
Yeah, not as technical as Edvard's score, but the judges appreciate this kind of stuff as well.
Yeah, definitely. You see he's Dødsing in jean shorts,
Yeah,
which is
classic,
a typical Døds
classic
outfit.
costume.
And his hat's still on.
It's gonna be hard to keep track of.
Har vi en på tårnet som har vært med oss gjennom hele sesongen. Han ikke bare en dødser, han rett og slett en farsfigur for mange av disse dødserne. Både selvpånevnt og selvutnevnt. Arne Haugland, selveste Brutusen fra Bergen.
As we're waiting for someone to actually add up these scores. There we go. 43 and a half.
Not bad. Next up is Arne Haugland from Bergen Døds.
One of the true entrepreneurs in the sport. Arne has a lot of say in what's going on. He didn't make it all the way up last year. I think he went all in and sort of failed a little bit.
Yeah, he's known for his speed off the tower.
Let's see what happens. Oh, beautiful.
Beautiful Døds. Beautiful. He looks like he's happy with that.
Oh, he's super happy. Kim André, happy for his friend.
3 full rotations in there before closing like a shrimp. That's amazing.
And he's stretching out into the Jesus pose right at the end before tucking in. Oh, that's
good high score.
That's pretty.
Yeah, the judges really appreciate some flair.
And we also got to remember, I mean, from these 24, only 8 can move on to the next round.
That's right. Very cutthroat.
45 and a half, a full 2 points over Anders there, safely into the lead. thus far.
Looks like he's happy
We're
with
gonna
that.
check in with Arne and see what happened. How's he feeling about this?
Hvordan føltes det å stå på toppen her, da?
Deilig. Det er første gang jeg gjør det i konkurransen her. Det er første gang jeg lander skikkelig, så...
Du sier jo du digger å kjøre klassisk døds, men dette her var jo veldig imponerende. Er du fornøyd med scoren?
Hva ble det da? 45,5? Ja, sitter forbi.
He's happy. I mean, he normally likes the classics, but he's super happy with his triple.
Herlig. Gratulerer. Lykke til videre, Arne.
Our final wild card is ready at the top. Simen Mathisen.
44 years old.
But this guy is one of those rare happy boys of the sport.
He didn't
quite
make it to the finals last year, did he?
No. And this is what part of it. I mean, because of the situation right now, he's not getting all the audience's reactions that he normally prefer.
Oh, no. Unfortunately, he botched that landing, didn't he? So for you new viewers out there watching this, you see he didn't land in a shrimp formation.
And I'm not going to translate what he said right there, but it's Norwegian for something not so nice.
It probably is. So this is more of what we call a regular jump than a døds.
He just
But, you
went
know,
all out and didn't really,
very low scores from the judges. It's so easy to lose control in the air. It looks so easy when we see it, you know, in slow-mo.
Of course.
But it's really difficult.
But I mean, the judges score also on, you know, how hard they go out. I mean, a bad landing could, you know.
Could still be a good...
Yeah, and I
good-
mean,
yeah.
as long as, of course, the whole thing.
Let's see, ask Aberg. He is 13 years old. He's this year's youngest contestant.
Yeah, last year we have Leo Landro, who was also 13, but this... what's
Oh
going on?
my gosh.
Cow. It's a double flip, and
It was definitely innovative.
that's a triple. His legs were kind of spread out wide, though, in the... and his head
you
hit
see
the
his
water a
head
little
and his
bit.
arms hit the water before his legs. Oh, that's a shame.
You gotta admit, though, 13 years old. That's 11 to 12 meters up in the air, just hurtling wildly towards the water.
Right. See what the judges think of Ask. 40.5 points total.
But ladies and gentlemen, our next contender is from Spain, Juan Lorea Fuster.
Årets yngste deltaker. Hvordan var det å ta avsats her? Nei, det var deilig. Det var jo helt rått. Du imponerer jo veldig. Hva tror du det holder til, da? Det er ikke så farlig, egentlig. Jeg hadde bare lyst til å få det gjort. Så bra. Gratulerer så mye. Tusen takk.
He says, I don't really care about the score. I just wanted to get it over with.
I just want to get it done.
That's amazing.
But here's the guy I was talking about, Juan Lorea Fuster. He's been in quarantine. I mean, he's so dedicated to joining us here today. He's been in quarantine. He's been in an apartment for the entire quarantine just to be here to do this. Oh! I was wondering, is he going to couch it all the way down?
Yeah.
No, he didn't.
Thankfully, he managed to close at the end. I want to see that in slow-mo one more time.
Couch. And
You know, there's so many high
I feel like he
standards
closed
this
a little
year.
bit too early, though.
Yeah, but you know, it's hard to know when you're going to hit the water.
Of course, but I mean, that's part of the thing. Nice splash, though, which is also a big
Right, the
big
bigger
thing.
the splash, the more the points. Ooh,
He's getting some nice scores.
nice scores from the judges. Juan Lorea Fuster.
That's the same score as Anders Rox Freeberg. currently tied at second.
Let's take a look at Alexander Frostad, 18 years old, from Norway.
A bit of an outdoors guy, fly fishing and all of that stuff. This time he's the fish. Ooh,
Beautiful.
very clean.
Very clean. Very solid. Good speed, control in the air, confidence.
And a nice hit on the water too.
Right.
Late close.
This is an example of a late close. That's what I was going to say. So this is the opposite of what we just saw.
Well, he won the challenge in Lillesand and got his golden ticket from there. I'm excited to see what the judges score on this one.
Oh, wow.
There we go.
Clean nines all across the board. 45 points in total.
Moving up half a point behind Arne Haugland, currently in the lead with 45.5.
Well, let's take a look at Kim André Eikmo. He's 15 years old, and he does parkour, which comes in handy.
I'm expecting a lot of flips and turns. Ooh! A double into an outstretch, and then manages to squeeze in another rotation. Double out and...
Oh, I love that. Good technique. Lies still in the air at the end. These are the kind of jumps that are really difficult to remain in control of when you land.
So much stuff going on. But I mean, a lot of these things are, of course, planned ahead of time, of course.
Right.
And it's got to be said also, I mean, they got to save their best tricks for later, because that's when the innovation part comes in.
Right. An okay score, 43.5. So
it's got to be hard to keep.
Døds or die, his t-shirt says. Christopher Tenberg. He doesn't look like he's a day over 14, which he is, Lars.
Putting on the hats.
He always has a pink hat on. That's his signature.
That's his thing. He did all of the challenges.
Every single one.
Every single one. A bit slow. Oh,
no! What a shame.
Got a bit of a sloppy jump and didn't quite catch up with himself there.
You know, there's so much pressure. He's really been dutzing all summer. He travels around with his father to Dutz. Oh, this control so early in the jump.
Yeah, you see, he didn't quite catch his legs there, and after that, it was just a bit of a dud, unfortunately.
Yeah. Next up is R2 from Finland. 20 years old. Started dutzing about a year ago. Media student.
But I gotta tell you, I mean, we have all these Norwegian dutzers who are crazy in their own sense, but the Finns, I don't know if there's something in the water, but I'm expecting some great things from R2 here.
Definitely. Trying to rev up the small crowd we have gathered there.
Oh! Is he going to keep the hat on the entire way is my question. Lot of speed! Oh! Well, it wasn't clean, to say it nicely.
It was clean. I'm going to have to see that landing in slow motion.
No, but I'm thinking about the entire execution of the thing. His legs are flailing around a little bit.
Looks like he loses control right about there.
But is that part of it?
No, I don't think so. If you see his head and his hands landed before his legs did.
Yeah. Didn't quite stick the landing there, R2.
Yeah, the
And
judges
it
definitely
shows in the scores.
35.5.
Well, that means that he's the guy to beat if you want to get into the finals. Well, semifinals, I should say.
So our next dutzer is from England, Damien Devlin.
He is a cliff diver.
He is.
So he's used to the heights. He's used to...
He crowdfunded his way here this year.
that is so awesome.
36 years old.
I'm just amazed that he's here. Excited to see. Oh, very stylish, neat,
beautiful,
lean.
stylish.
Yeah.
I think
So
the
clean.
judges appreciate some classic Dutz mixed up with the freestyle.
Just one slow rotation.
With his shoes on.
Of course. Late close. I mean, imagine being used to, I mean, you got to dive as a cliff diver as opposed to just tucking your legs and arms in and
Right.
landing pretty much on your face.
41.5. I think
I don't think
he,
that's going to make it.
I don't think it's going to make it either, but I was going to say I think he's used to jumping at these heights. Probably much higher.
Yeah. I'm not a cliff diving expert, but it looks pretty high to me. Kevin Sjarvik from Trondheim.
Had his debut last year. 22 years old.
It takes some doing to actually win these challenges. So he's got to have it in him. Triple rotation with a slight delay before the third one. Not a bad jump.
Not a bad jump. He kind of went to the left when he jumped off the tower. I just have to see it again in slow motion. Thank God for that, huh?
Whatever did we do before slow-mo?
Yeah.
I gotta tell you,
One,
nice splash.
2, 3. 3 rotations. Yeah, and a good close. Good splash. Let's see what the judges think about this. Semi-impressed, I would say. 41.5 points total. As you know, the highest...
Well, we can take a look at the scoreboard right now.
Yeah, the highest total of points is, of course, 50.
All the way at the top, Arne Haugland.
We're already through with the first 10 divers.
Finland.
Nice to have some Finns representing this year.
Well, we're down to the top 12, which includes last year's top 8 in the World Championship. And this is where, of course, we get into the main guys. Riding in style.
This is Per Christian Andenes, 44 years old. Been in the game a long time. 3rd place in the World Championship in 2017.
Yeah, he's got something to prove.
Yeah, I have high expectations for this guy.
Gotta love the shorts, though. With his glasses on, are they gonna remain on? Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa!
It's hard to see if he lost control.
Yeah, I'm
on
not
that
even sure if he landed
landing.
correctly. Let's blame it on the choppy sea and the winds of Norway. A tuck.
Tuck, a pump.
It looks like he has absolutely no control, but I think that was a bit of a side landing, I am afraid to say.
Looks like he's waving a little bit. He looked pretty happy with it, though. Let's see what the judges have to say.
Well, you might get some points for gusto. Oh, all the way down to 3. And we're getting some very spread out scores from the judges. But I think they deducted a lot of points for the landing.
Yeah.
Landed pretty much on his side there.
And only 8 of the 24 jumpers that we're seeing will continue
Yep.
for a battle. Who are we seeing now? Number
John
14,
Sallinen.
John Sallinen.
One of the younger Finns.
Right, 19 years old.
He actually didn't win the challenge. Philip Julius Devor, one of the Norwegians, actually won that challenge, but he already had his golden ticket, so then John could join in. That is pretty sweet.
Beautiful, beautiful. Good contact with the water, holding the position.
And his arms were on his back as he landed there. He just kept his arms attached from there on out, face down.
No, and the challenge with twisting in the air is maintaining control towards the end of your jump and anticipating when you'll hit the water surface.
Potential next year.
Dødsers next year.
Yep.
They're getting younger and younger, that's for sure. I think the judges will score this high.
That's high as
46 out of 50 points.
That is a lot of points.
Yeah, he looks pretty happy about that.
I think this is definitely one of the semi-finalists. Got his golden ticket from Sogndal. Lasse Styrvold.
He's from Bergen, Norway. The sun is shining on you.
He was traveling around attempting these challenges to get his golden ticket as well. He got it on his 3rd attempt, but got in second on the first 2. So this guy is a definite contender. Lasse Styrvold.
Ooh, I love that jump. The innovation, the flair, I love it. It's something we haven't seen before. He's flexing in the air.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I mean, we're seeing a lot of these, oh, that was a flex, yep.
Beautiful. Close, close, open. Good rotation.
Yeah, opening up his rotation right there and finally closing it in.
I love watching this in slow-mo. Just looks like they're flying.
Well, the score to beat is 46.
Let's see if he has what it takes.
Pretty high, but...
Pretty high, but not high enough. 44.5. I'd be curious to hear what he thinks.
Well, there was nothing wrong with it. It was just maybe the sideways rotation.
Inn til en foreløpig fjerdeplass. Hvordan syns du dette var?
Jeg følte ikke bra.
Landingen var den under, eller?
Litt. Det skal gjøre litt vondt. Så det er en del av gamet.
Lykke til videre. Det var veldig gøy å se.
She asked if the landing hurt. He said, yeah, it hurt, but it's supposed to hurt.
Yeah, it's supposed to hurt a little bit. But here's someone that's probably known from a lot of different things. This, ladies and gentlemen, is, of course, Birk Ruud. A 2-time X Games winner.
Right. He just missed the quarterfinal in the World Championship last year.
He's used to big jumps. Wow. That is control all the way down.
A tuck.
Knows exactly what to do and does it.
Sideways screw and then a flip. Beautiful landing.
Beautiful, beautiful landing.
Ooh, look how he just whips his upper body towards the end to make
it's
contact
almost
with the water.
unfair. I mean, he's used to all these big jumps and landing. I mean, it's just a half rotation more to land on his feet, which he normally does.
Oh, the judges were impressed.
Those are some scores right there.
46 points.
Tied with Jon Sallinen.
I don't know if Kim Andre there is telling him the good news yet.
We should mention, though, I mean, we only have 8 spots in the semi, but if it's a tie, we're going to have some video judging.
Right. Everyone's looking forward to this jumper.
Yeah. Emil Leibeck, one of the greats. Oh, beautiful.
Not something we've seen earlier today.
Won in 2018. Didn't make it all the way to the top last year, unfortunately.
Right.
But, I mean, this guy is used to heights. He currently has the world record in high Døds.
Right. He loves jumping from high places. That's what he says.
That's his thing.
That's his thing. He's been doing it all summer.
It just looks beautiful.
And these guys are getting so well known on social media.
Yeah.
They have their Instagrams. They're blowing up. You know, they're taking it to the next level every week. Something new. 45.5 points for him, currently in third position. We have to see if that holds up.
A lot of people with 45.5 points now.
And this is Leo Landro. He was the youngest guy last year. Not this year.
They're all growing up.
They're all growing up, but he's only 14, which certainly says something. And can't wait to see what he has in store for us.
He's probably been training all year. I think that's his mom right there. Surprisingly calm about the whole thing.
Definitely. So nice to see family showing up to support.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that landing actually looked more controlled when I saw it the second time.
Yeah.
Really maxing his time in the air, trying to get in as much as possible before going into the shrimp formation.
But I mean, he is awesome right now.
Yeah.
Imagine him in a couple of years. Yeah, not all the way up.
Unfortunately, he won't make the cut. As we mentioned before, the top 8 will proceed to the battle round. Let's see what Tobias Verberg has in store for us.
Made his debut in 2018. Ended up in 15th. Only 19 years old, this guy. Oh, clean as.
Good speed, control in the air. Certainly looked like a lot of confidence in that jump.
He got pretty far out as well.
He did. That's
of,
also something the judges, keep in mind.
He might not look hard to do, but I mean,
Oh my God.
just one slow flip.
Yeah. Being very careful not to over-rotate on that one.
Yeah, I
And a
noticed
big
the splash
splash.
on that one,
Yeah. So as opposed to diving where you want as little splash as possible, Dødsing is really focused on as much splash as possible.
All the way in the opposite direction.
11th place so far.
Well, so far you say, I say he's out. Unfortunately, it's do or die or Døds or die
Right.
this year round. But, I can't wait for Werner Grøn. Last year, he lined up 3 people to jump over out into his Døds.
He did. He's from Finland.
Just
Looks
known
like
for
he hurt his arm
spectacular
earlier
stuff.
this week.
A lot of speed out. Clean. Managed a little heel tuck. Looks pretty happy.
Looks happy about that.
But I mean, it's going to be hard for the judges. I mean, you have all these acrobatics
Right.
as opposed to...
I mean, this feels like something we've seen before. This is not too innovative, if you ask.
Yeah. But still, I mean, you got to appreciate the classicness of it.
The quality of the class.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
He managed to grab his ankles, but maybe didn't hold it long enough. I mean, who knows what the judges are looking for.
Yeah.
Made it all the way to Norway for this,
Yeah.
and unfortunately didn't make the cut
No.
into the top 8. Werner.
Looks a bit slippery on the top there. It's been raining earlier today, so a lot
I mean, not to brag, but I was up there,
It was pretty high, wasn't
and
it,
I walked
Lars?
back down.
Yeah,
I
we
gotta
walked
tell you.
slowly down.
But Ravn Kamfjord is getting ready. Made quite an impression last year with his super clean. He's a diver, which enters into
He's
it.
a professional diver.
And he's doing it again.
Oh my gosh, that was So seamless, so beautiful. Really own the airtime.
But I mean, that's the diver in him, once again. And that pretty much looks like the dive from last year that he didn't make the top 3 with.
That's right.
I mean, he ended up in 4th.
Really stretches out in the middle there. Beautiful. Legs together, toes pointed. You can really tell he's a diver, can't you? And then tucking in to land like a shrimp just before he hits the water.
But then, I mean, you have the stylish, beautiful... didn't make the cut.
Didn't make the cut. The judges seem to agree on 8.5.
But the scores are high, though. So, I mean, it's high all around.
Yeah, competition.
It's not a bad score. I mean, 42
No,
and a half.
definitely not. But as we see and as we mention every year, competition is getting harder and harder. Now this guy, Philip Julius Dever, he is a bit of a favorite in the Døds
community because I mean, 3-time world champion.
3-time world champion.
3rd last year. Ready to make a literal splash. Oh! That was some pure ownage after the first rotation there.
Yeah. He looks happy with that.
Yeah, but he can't. I mean, it looks like he can't decide. I mean, is he happy or isn't he happy?
I think they're just happy to have it over with. It looked like he was flailing a little bit with his legs. It kind of went into a scissor before hitting the water.
Quick tuck, and then...
Beautiful shrimp landing, though.
Oh, I hope he makes it to the final. I mean, I don't have any favorites, of course. Oh, there he goes.
The judges loved it. 46.5.
Topping John, topping Dirk with 46 points. Half a point is all it takes, and he's in the lead before we get to the final 2. As always, I mean, Philip Julius, one of the favorites, but this guy right here.
Truls Torp, he's a bit of a legend in the Dødsing community as well, isn't he?
This is a guy who lives and breathes Dødsing.
He certainly does. 21 years old, from Norway, world champion in 2016, 2017. It's a big fan base, big Somi star.
Well, he's got the attitude.
And he definitely has the right attitude. I'm always excited to see Truls jump.
And he's excited to jump as well.
Yeah, he lives for this. Døds is life for Truls.
Døds or die. Oh, he's doing his classic.
Oh.
To perfection, I might add.
I agree. That was really perfectly executed, wasn't it?
He's doing a variation of his classic hands on the hip that he tried to win with last year in the finals. Of course, didn't make it all the way to the top. This time he's doing the...
But you know, the judges look for confidence, and you can see that he believes in what he's doing. He believes in this jump, you know?
Most definitely. But now, ladies and gentlemen, as soon as we get the scores...
Judges are taking their time on this one.
Yeah. Ooh, he just made it up to the top 8. We're gonna see what he has to say about his own jump.
Ja, Truls, Inter foreløpig 4. Det lukter kvartfinale. Hva tenker du om det?
Det ble sånn planen hele tiden, skal vi si det.
Kommentatorene nevnte litt sånn klassisk Truls Torp-stil. Kan vi forvente noe mer inn i en eventuell
Jeg skulle egentlig bare ta 1, men det blåser så mye, så det ble 2.
Du ga oss i hvert fall et show, og vi ønsker deg lykke til.
He said it was so windy, I wasn't planning on rotating that much, but because of the wind, I just kind of blew to the side.
Yeah, he had to do a double.
Now let's see what Kim André Knudsen has in store for us.
I mean, he
reigning
can't.
world champion.
Yeah, he can't not make it to the quarters to the semis, I mean, he's got to make it all the way to the top. He's got something to prove, Kim Andre.
There's so much pressure on Kim Andre right now. I can't imagine.
It was his debut last year,
Yeah.
and he just went up and
Yeah.
won the whole thing. But now.
Beautiful jump. You guys can't hear it, but the crowd outside is going wild.
And by crowd, you mean the other competitors. And I mean, it's a big family here. And I mean, they are all rooting for each other and showing support. And look at that, into a tuck.
Really stretches out before closing.
Look at that chest. Barely has time for it though, but
Yeah.
manages to get it, and then.
But that's the thing with him, he's so quick.
Yeah.
And, you know, closing that way right before you hit the water is something that the judges score highly for.
But I mean, the exciting part now is as we get into the final 8. Oh, all the way to the top for Kim Andre
That's
with
amazing.
47 points. Oh, okay, we got a good final 8 here. As we go into the battle mode, of course, we're going to have the top versus the number 1 highest score versus the 8th highest score. They're going to battle it out. We get a winner from that. And then, of course, we battle it out until the bitter end. The final scores, ladies and gentlemen, from the first round, from 24 down to 8. Kim Andre Knudsen, Philip Julius Tibor sneaking up on in second place there with Birk Ruud. Truls Torp all the way down on a shared 5th place. And rounding it all off with Alexander Frostad.
Gratulerer, Kim André. Du har vunnet i runde 1. Hva tenker du om det?
Nå må jeg kanskje møte han jeg fryktet å møte, da.
Det blir jo veldig artig. Dommerne sa et helt nytt triks du kjørte fra toppen. Stemmer det, eller?
Ikke helt. Jeg har gjort det litt før, men
Vi har ikke sett
aldri
det på
gjort det
TV.
sånn. Ikke så fint.
Det var
Vært
kjempe.
rotete, men nå klarte jeg greit.
Hvordan skal du manne deg opp til videre konkurranse nå? Hva tenker du nå?
Det var egentlig det trikset jeg var mest bekymret for, så nå er det bare kos resten av dagen.
Resten er bare kos og skuring?
Hæ?
Ja, resten er bare å kose seg og rulle videre.
Ja, det var dritmye vind på toppen, så jeg vet ikke, jeg trodde jeg ikke skulle nå frem til...
He says it was so windy on the top that he wasn't expecting to do so well.
Kan du gi oss et lite hint om det?
Litt cleanere ting. Jeg vet ikke hvordan dette var, jeg har ikke sett det, men planen er litt cleanere ting. Litt mer stil.
And
Well,
he's
you pick it up
excited
on
for
the-
the battle.
Du får ha masse lykke til videre.
And we're picking up on the
Kim André.
word clean.
Right.
Så snakkes vi.
So he's gonna possibly clean it up a little bit because now that we're getting into the next round after the women, they're gonna have to bring something new and make it spectacular to beat out their competition.
Right.
Let's take a look at the girls from last year. And at the top there, as you could see, Miriam Hamburg from Sweden, the winner from World Championship of Døds 2019. She couldn't be here this year, unfortunately.
But we do have 6 other women contestants.
And I mean, the girls are definitely stepping it up. I mean, nothing if not spectacular what these women are doing. And in the video, you could also see Kjersti Almli. She also couldn't make it here this year. So it's pretty much a clean heat we're looking at. We've never seen much of any of these girls before.
No, there are only Lena Lund, who placed second last year.
She's here.
She's here, and last year her sister also participated. Her sister has now moved to Hawaii to start diving. So you can really see the correlation between diving and Døds.
Well, maybe we'll get a special charter in Hawaii next year.
That would definitely be nice.
Moving this whole competition to Hawaii instead of rainy, windy Norway.
That would suit us pretty well.
I wouldn't mind it too much.
No.
But we have a lot of interesting women, I gotta tell you.
They range in age from 17 years old until 26 years old.
It's a young woman's game. I mean, we don't have any of the old-timers like we saw earlier.
No, and every year they're definitely trying to recruit more and more women to join.
They're getting the same prices as the men. Of course.
Of course.
Yeah, but I mean, it's a shorter participation list, but I mean, it's still going to be a pretty hard competition between these bitter rivals.
Right. So 6 women contestants will become 4 who battle it out.
We're going to cut out
2
of them, unfortunately, and then move into the battle mode. There is a theme going through all these women, though. I mean, looking at their backgrounds, a lot of extreme sports. Like Ingvild Johansen, for example, she's a personal trainer, a first-year dødser. She just started dødsing this year.
So this is her World Championship debut. She must be so nervous.
It's a long way down. Normally in the World Championship, it's a 10-meter Døds. The ante has been... Oh, there she goes, flying down.
I think she was so quick, I don't think the video even caught her.
That was just a straight float.
I think she just felt like if she didn't jump now, she wasn't going to do it. Let's see if we get some more video of that in slow motion. That would be great. Here we go.
This is the flying squirrel. Ooh. Very early, close there.
Ooh. So the goal is for your hands and feet to hit the water at the same time. Her feet were a little bit in front of her hands, which must have hurt her face a little bit.
Pretty average scores there for Ingvild. 30 points total to set the bar.
Set the bar. Let's see what Ingrid has in store for us. 20 years old from Norway. Her first Døds was last week.
But she's going for it. Oh!
Beautiful. Nice rotation. Good reaction there. That's nice to see.
Can you imagine, though? I mean, doing this for the first time 1 week ago. And
no,
then
I can't.
Yeah. This is it. I'm just going to go for it.
Exploration.
Trying to get all the way around.
Flailing her legs a little bit, but definitely managing to get around. And a very big splash.
Oh yeah, high scores, high scores, high scores.
We're going to talk to her and see if she's happy with her jump. She must be.
Imagine though, 1 week ago, and now she's here.
Ingvild, du fornøyd med hoppet ditt? Det så herlig ut.
Jeg har ikke peiling på hvordan det så ut.
Det så ut som du koste deg mye i hvert fall, og du landet fint.
Fantastisk i lufta!
Hva det beste med å dødse herfra?
Det er å fly i lufta, det.
She likes flying.
She likes flying in the air. She says, I have no idea how it went. You'll have to tell me. She says the first time she's ever done a trick while dutzing. Usually she just jumps.
Well, she's going to have to do it again.
She definitely will.
Well, I mean, that's going to be hard to beat, though. 42.5 points. Another William, paraglider is her hobby, so she can paraglide all the way down to a nice splash. Oh, that is sweet.
That's very nice. It looked a little bit like what Ingrid did, but she had more control.
Yeah, it looked so much more controlled right there. Nice, clean rotation all the way around. Because Ingrid had to sort of flail a little bit to get to the right side. Look at that. That is beautiful.
Oh, she's very controlled. Nice close, lots of splash.
She got so far out as well. Oh, I'm excited. Oh, clean nines. That is on par with anything. Ingrid celebrating with her friend. But now let's move on to Mina Amundsen from, she's actually a Norwegian paintballer. She's on the national team. That is a pretty clean classic right there.
That was a very nice classic, definitely. It looked very effortless, don't you agree?
Yeah. And I mean, just flying out there, nothing much needs to be done. A perfect classic. Døds. Look at that, the slide. That is one of the nicest classic Døds I've seen in a long time.
Ooh,
But
the judges.
maybe the judges are expecting more these days. I don't know.
Let's see what Asbjørg Nessia has in store for us. Number 5 of the 6 women Dødsers today. She's 21 from Norway. This is her World Championship debut.
Looking anxious to go. Ooh!
Oh,
A little bit of flare off the tower.
definitely. But the judges like that. They don't want to see the same thing over and over, you know? So anything you have to kind of bring to the table that's going to be a little bit creative, a little bit progressive, I think they're going to score for that.
Like I said, like earlier with Werner Groen, the Finn jumping over 3 other people out into his Døds. But it's so nicely done as well. I mean, that's a lot of elements in the Døds.
We just have to see her. Ooh, unfortunately, she doesn't land properly.
Yeah, but the judges are going to score higher on the other parts, I think. No, around mid-table.
Yeah, the landing is so crucial. The last girl we're going to see today, the next last girl we're going to see today. This is Elina. Last year, she placed second.
In her windbreaker. Ooh. Decent.
She looks happy with that. Definitely decent. Didn't look like she got as much airtime as perhaps the first.
Nice exit.
Bit of a quick jump. I don't know.
Looks like she's going to tuck, but decides against it.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. The judges can go either way. She might get... Oh, yep, the judges liked it. Enough to put her in to the battle rounds. I mean, the girls seriously have upped their game. Asbjørg Nessia and Ingvild Johansen, unfortunately, out of the competition. Whew. We're going to have a quick word with the leader, Anette Weum, and her sensational Døds. We'll see what she has to say about it.
Anette Weum, 5-9 av dommerne. Hva tenker du om det? Jeg skjønner ikke helt, jeg. Nei, jeg så jo ingenting. Håret mitt var helt i veien. Det gikk bra. Jeg fikk ikke vondt heller, liksom, så det deilig.
She had no idea what was going on. Her hair was in the way. She's just happy.
Hva gikk gjennom hodet ditt når du stod på toppen her, da? Nei, det var bare å kjøre på, liksom. Og ja, jentene som kjørte for oss, og flink, det var kjørte jeg 360 også, så det helt rått. Ja.
She said the girls before me did such a good job, so I just thought, I have to do a good job too.
Det bare å kjøre på, det jo bare prøve. Det kjempegøy. Hva skal du gjøre nå videre i konkurransen da, for å imponere like mye om ikke mer? Nei, jeg i hvert fall prøve å ikke skade meg alt for mye. Og jeg vet ikke, ikke dumme seg ut.
She said the goal is to not hurt myself and not do anything stupid.
Hva tenker du om det? Jo, selvfølgelig, det veldig hyggelige jenter her og sånn, men man må bare prøve sitt beste da, tenker jeg. Herlig, lykke til videre i konkurransen, Anette.
I mean, it might look like it hurts, and it might look like a lot of people get hurt, but it's very rare, actually, that people actually get hurt.
Yeah, I mean, we've had a couple of punctured lungs, concussions, and cracked ribs over the years.
That can happen to anyone.
But that could happen to anyone.
But as we're moving into the, it's getting hot in here right now. Into the quarterfinals, we are moving into the battle format.
Right, and this is new this year. So they're basically going to be dutzing against each other in battle mode. So one winner, one loser.
And the loser is out of the competition.
Right.
And the winner moves on.
Right.
It's pretty simple.
It's pretty simple. So basically for the men, we have 8 competitors. So it's going to be 4 and 5. 3 and 6.
You're very good at math.
I'm good at math. Take over for me, Lars.
No, I'm going to let Arne Haugland take over and explain it to us.
Arne Haugland, du med I ditt 8. VM. Vi har sett mange spektakulære døds fra deg. Og hva tenker du I år? Det et nytt format, det et battle-format, som man kanskje kan si at du har introdusert litt for dødsverden. Kan du fortelle litt om hva det går ut på?
Ja, vi begynte med battle-formatet første gang I Bergen Døds I fjor. Formatet går ut på at nå har vi kortet ned til 8 mann, som skal I kvartfinale, som klassisk. Der går det ut 1 mot 1. Det blir første gang vi gjør det I VM. Så dommerne ser 2 døds, så skal de stemme ut den personen de vil ha med videre.
Of course, our international viewers don't understand any of this. He's talking about 1 versus 1 elimination, what we just recapped. But that's the point he's getting to right now. One of them has to jump first, and the other contender can watch what he does and then possibly top that.
Right.
Det litt blandet tilbakemeldinger, men nesten utelukkende positivt. Det det. For du får litt sånn gøy feeling. Og
he says the jumpers are really positive towards this battle mode this year.
Så det skaper jo mer spenning, og det lettere å skjønne hvem som best og ikke. For folk skal ikke bedømme gjerne 10 døds, de skal bedømme 2 stykker. Så det lett å se hvem som, eller I hvert fall lettere å se hvem som gjerne en verdig vinner.
Jeg har en forståelse at dere dødsere ofte fides litt på publikum og energien rundt det. Men tror du årets battle-format kanskje kan bidra til å øppe energinivåene hos utøverne?
Ja, jeg tror nok det hjelper litt på, for vi fyrer jo...
She's asking a fair question. I mean, normally the dødsers are used to feeding off the energy from the audience, and not so much this year, though, because they're all... because of the whole situation surrounding us. But the dødsers themselves are challenging each other.
Right, and they feed off each other.
Tusen takk.
Arne Haugland looking right here at the This is going to be exciting, ladies and gentlemen. Top of the pops. Arne Haugland, Bjerkrud, Emil Leibeck. It's sad to see some of these guys go, especially Turlstorp and Philip Julius Debor.
Right, only one of them can win. That is
heartbreaking. I mean, the second and third spot from last year.
Definitely. And if you see towards the bottom, Kim Endre Knudsen will be up against Alexander Frostad, which was number 8. So I think we're going to have some stiff competition.
It's worth pointing out that this part of the competition is classic.
That's true. And classic Døds is judged by exit from the dive tower, the height and power of the step, the style in the air. It should be controlled and comfortable for the eye. The splash, of course, with your stomach as close to the water surface as possible. The height of the spray and the landing. So either you land with your elbows and knees together, or as a shrimp with your hands and feet together, or no hands, which is my personal favorite. Knees and head together. Here they are, the top of the tower. First time Døds is ever doing battle mode. This is Arne Haugland and Bjerkrud.
I think Arne was crucial in developing this format as well. Of course, Arne, one of the big leaders, if I may say so, in the community, constantly driving the sport forward, coming up with this battle format that is going to be so exciting to watch. Mano y mano.
Yes, and the judges are not scoring from 1 to 10, but they are just basically choosing one of the guys who they want to win.
Mm-hmm. Best Døds wins. It's as easy as that. Allah. Yeah, there wasn't enough speed for Arne, so
Beautiful. He's doing like a captain salute in the air.
See, that's right. I mean, nobody jumps further than Arne. Look at that speed out of the tower.
Beautiful late close. He looks happy with that. But he's always happy. He's a happy guy.
Should be mentioned, Arne is now black. As you can see by the armband, Bjerk is white. Oh, he's sleeping. Oh, beautiful.
Beautiful. I love that. I haven't seen that before.
I haven't seen that either.
Why haven't we seen that? That sounds like, I mean, it looks like such a classic Døds dive, you know?
In that little stretch.
And the judges are sitting on that boat, you know, so contact with the judges is obviously going to be
Flirting with the
favored.
judges. I mean, that could be what brings this home for either of them. Because those are two sensationally
It's a shame they're
great.
up against each other. Those were two great jumps.
Han var sinnssykt fin, altså. Så jeg vet ikke om dommerne får se.
Side by side. That's Bjerk on the right. This lullaby. Okay. Once again, side by side. I'm happy we have judges.
Ooh, unanimous.
Unanimous, black.
Jeg skjønner ikke hva det betyr. Det var
You guys don't know.
It means you're
Arne Haugland.
you're in the semis, Arne. Bjerkrud, ladies and gentlemen.
This is
out of
so
the competition.
cutthroat because, you know, those were two great jumps.
Our finish. Contestants in white versus Emil Leibeck, another one of our main guys. Emil Leibeck is jumping first. Amping everybody up. A lot of speed.
Ooh.
Slow runner. I'm wondering if the judges are scoring by enthusiasm because
It looks like he was flailing his legs a little bit towards the end there.
that was intentional. That was definitely intentional. I would say he doesn't make any mistakes, but Emil, our 2018 winner, up against John Sallinen.
Oh, beautiful.
That's as classic as you get, though.
It is. Owning the air, holding that X formation. Looks like he's lying still in the air.
He's holding it. I mean, just one thing throughout the... I mean, there's something serene about these classic Døds as opposed to the freestyle stuff where all that stuff happens. You gotta, all those little details that you gotta have.
And it's so hard to have that control the whole way through.
Another tough call for the judges. I mean, it was unanimous on the last call. Let's see what happens here. John back out of the water. Once again, Emil, all black, all black, all black, all black. John, unfortunately, has to scuttle back to Finland. But now, this is, like I said, the saddest.
The saddest duo because they're both such favorites. Truls
battle.
Torp and Philip Julius Devo.
And as you can see on the screen here, former world champions, both of them, 2 years each. This is the tiebreaker for them.
Yeah.
I mean, one of them could go all the way up and win this whole thing, winning their own battle.
Yeah.
I apologize, though. Philip has 3 already. He's won consecutively
3 world
from
championships.
13, 14, and 15.
Yeah. They're
So
both
he's got
favorites.
3. He's got 3.
Yeah.
Trilso with only 2 going first.
Oh, beautiful running, man. I love that. Really exaggerating the movements.
I mean, some would say that, you know, the classic style is restricting their expression, so to speak, but there's a lot of stuff that can be done as we're witnessing right now.
Right, as long as you don't do any acrobatics or rotations. Like in the freestyle.
What are you gonna do, Philip? Philip Julius, you gotta beat Truls. Ah, the slow, controlled Døds.
Philip is someone that always owns the air when he's Dødsing.
Quick open at the end, just to show that he knows where the water is.
Yep.
It's heartbreaking.
It is.
I don't envy the judges on this one
No.
either.
They've been unanimous in the last 2 votes.
Yeah,
so,
yeah. A lot more happening on Trills' side there, but it's still very much under control. But look at Philip Julius rocking the jean shorts. It's white, which means, ladies and gentlemen, Truls Torp is out of the competition. Philip Julius Devor.
He can't believe it.
And he's so happy.
He can't believe it.
I was kind of excited to see what Truls thought about the whole thing.
Yeah.
But now,
This is our last couple for the battle round. Kimendrer Knudsen, reigning world champion, versus Alexander Frosta. He came in 8th place. Kim in first.
First versus 8th. He's got a tiny little splinter, so he gets to jump last.
That seems fair.
Alexander. Ooh. That was a late close.
It was. But I was about to say, it looked like he had a lot of airtime. Maybe it's because of the late close. A little bit of a jogger, a little bit of flailing at the end. I don't know, or if... No, very controlled.
Doing exactly what he planned,
Yep.
Alexander.
Looked like Kim André wasn't even looking at what he did. He's just concentrating on...
Yeah. He's just doing his own thing. He's got it all planned out. Oh, throwing a kiss at the judges.
The judges love that. They like to be acknowledged and appreciated. So we'll see if that helps him in this
A
round.
little flattery goes a long way with those judges. Out into an outstretched position before.
Amazing splash. Did you see
Look
that?
at that. Wow. That is a lot of splash. I mean, I was kind of worried, not worried, but I mean, he's such an acrobatic guy and he can do so much stuff
Right.
in the freestyle portion of it. How's he going to do in the classic? Looks like he's doing just fine. Kim André with the white, Alexander with the black. Ooh, a split decision in Kim André's favor, which means that Alexander unfortunately is out of the competition, but Kim André moves on.
He has a chance to win the whole thing again, Lars.
Yep. 2 more jumps though. A lot of favorites, of course, at the top. Let's see what they have to say about that.
Her har vi gjengen som har vært ute i tidenes første battleformat. Emil, Arne, Kim André, Filip Julius, dere er videre til semi. Gratulerer. Hva tenker du, Kim?
Jævlig hardt.
Var det så brutalt som dere tenkte før dere startet?
Ja. Det er akkurat at vi ikke håpte på skulle skje, men det skjer.
Exactly what they didn't hope was going to happen.
Dere skal møtes mot en annen.
They said, this is brutal.
Jeg møter jo Philip.
Ja. Hva tenker du om duellen der?
Altså, skal du velge en onde eller en gode, eller altså, det er ett fett. De gutta er sinnssykt rå.
He says they're all so good.
Ingenting å si hvem vi møter.
Lots of
Doesn't
love.
matter who we meet, you know.
Kim André.
Tenker jeg finner ut det i toppen av tårnet her. Tar litt på sparket.
Det samme gjelder deg, Filip Julius. Hva skal ta deg videre framfor Arne til en...
They say they haven't decided what their final jump is going to be. They're going to have to decide that when they're standing on the top of the tower.
Så gleder vi oss til å se dere der oppe.
But I mean, they're all friends, and well, only one of them can win, and in some way or another, they have to beat each other out.
Right. And here are the finals for the women. Mina against Ingrid, Lena against Annette. We can also mention that the winners of this year's World Championship, the #1 men and women, will receive a car from Citroën. And
Citroën going all the way out.
Going all the way out.
It's a car.
It's a car and a little bit of a cash prize, around 2,000 euros, which should come in handy.
For when you're driving around in your new Citroën.
Right.
Of course, we have our Døds hula. See, this is what I'm talking about, the hula. I'm thinking Hawaii. I'm thinking, yeah, maybe we should all just go to Hawaii next year. Waiting for an open invitation from Hawaii.
You can see the
Fly is all over there.
security boat out there in the water with the divers ready to jump in if, God forbid, anything should happen.
A little bit of tactics going on. I don't know. Philip Julia's slowly making up a plan as he goes along.
Yep. As you can see, it's windy. This is the first time we're doing this competition in salt water. Usually we do it in a pool. So it should be nice to see, to hear the feedback about what the dødsers think about this.
I'm thinking the choppy seas, I mean, could have an impact on how your depth perception about, you know, how close you are to the water. But it doesn't look to me like they're having too much problems with it. I mean, some spectacular dødsers so far in the competition.
Right. 11 meters from the top of the tower to the water, depending a little bit on the tide. It doesn't look as high as on TV as it does when you're actually up there, does it?
Oh, trust me, it doesn't.
Semi-finals.
Mina and Ingrid are about to battle it out. What do we got? What do we got? What do we got? Mina going first. In a classic.
Ooh, nice classic.
Yeah.
Had a bit of movement in there, but it was very controlled.
Bit of a jogger.
Looked like maybe the landing was a little bit off. Yeah.
Bit of head first there.
Bit of a head first.
Might be a bit of a deduction as she did a great job. Oh, a bit of a quick look over at the judges. Happy as can be.
Bit of an early close, but happy as a lark up there. I love it. That was a beautiful classic.
Yeah, and it was super clean as well. Just floating through the air. But it's game over for one of these women now.
Here we can see the side by side.
And Ingrid. Deciding factors, fortunately, up to the judges. Okay. Ready. It is Ingrid all the way. Mina, unfortunately, is out.
And look how happy Ingrid is. That's great to see.
We'll see Mina again, though, in the battle for third against the losing party of our next battle. Lina and Annette. Annette, first timer this year. Of course, Lina with her second place last year. A slow runner.
Oh, that's great. Big X formation before landing like shrimp.
Slow jog out into the X. And yep.
That's a beautiful døds.
That is actually on point with whatever's at the top.
Right.
I mean, you know what I'm saying. I mean, beautifully executed. Hard for Annette to beat. We'll see what she can do. Oh, no! No. Oh, she was praying that it wouldn't hurt in her second jump.
Oh, she said, I hope I just don't do anything stupid. Oh, unfortunately she just lost control in the air. Yeah, she looks okay.
Bit top heavy there.
Over rotation. Oh, that must have hurt her back a little bit.
Looking good from the start, but then
She's gonna have some pain tonight, I think.
I think it's pretty clear that we have Lisa at the top for the gold. Of course, I don't have any favorites. I'm just calling them as I see them.
The judges unanimously vote
For Lena.
for Lena. She looks relieved.
I'm a little excited to see Annette do her third place jump, though. I mean, that could be a little scare going into the bronze finals.
Yeah.
But she's gonna have to pick up the pieces and see what she can bring out of it. Of course, then it's back to freestyle, which she excelled in. But we're gonna check in with our female contestants and see what they have to say about this whole thing.
Lina og Ingrid, gratulerer. Dere skal i finale i VM i døds. Veldig gøy. Hvordan kjennes det? Det er mye som står på spill. Dere kan vinne biler eller bil og 20 000 kroner.
Ja, det er jo helt sykt at vi kan vinne så mye, og en bil i tillegg. Nei, det blir veldig spennende å møte deg.
Ingrid, hva skal du gjøre for å forberede deg nå til en knallhard duell mot Lina på toppen?
Jeg har ikke peiling. Jeg trodde ikke bare skulle få ett hopp i dag, så jeg må innstille meg på det.
They say we are so excited for this final. We can't believe that we can win a car. We can't believe we're here. She said, I thought I was only going to jump once today. I can't believe it. Nice to see such enthusiasm.
Så nå er det bare å legge opp taktikken til finalen, og så ønsker vi dere begge veldig lykke til. Så gleder vi oss til å se.
Well, she's really stepped up, Ingrid. I mean, from expecting not to move on at all.
Definitely.
To just
The battling against for first place. Here we have it. The finals for the women. Ingrid Eriksson Bru meeting Lina Gallison Lund in the women's finals this year. I'm excited to see this last jump.
I think they're going to bring it, both of them, most definitely.
Yeah.
I mean, Lina has the expertise, so to speak.
She does, but Ingrid is a strong contender.
Very much so. Coming from out of nowhere.
You never know what's going to happen.
Battling it all the way to the top.
You never know when someone's going to over-rotate or flip out on the top. And Lars, this is our 13th year with the World Championship of Døds. It started in 2008.
It's become greater than any one of us
could have imagined.
I'm excited about this.
Me too.
Arne versus Philip Julius. Emil versus Kim Andrea. I mean, our top-tiered guys are basically battling it out against each other.
They are. It was a shame for Truls Torp.
Yeah. I was expecting to see him at the top, but of course, he didn't really put it out there in the first round. So
No, he didn't.
let's take a look at
fra
Arne.
Bergen, 29 år og har drevet med dødsing siden 2013. Min hardeste konkurrent til VM er først og fremst i kvalifiseringen, for jeg er ikke forhåndskvalifisert. Når jeg ikke dødser, så jobber jeg på basecamp på Svalbard. Alt fra fallskjerm, klatring, ski, snowboard. Alt som egentlig søker litt utfordring. Ja, for at jeg skal vinne VM i år, så er jeg nødt til å steppe opp litt. Jeg er nødt til å komme med noe nytt. Jeg har noe i tankene, jeg har begynt å tenke på det, men det blir hemmelig til VM.
He's got something planned.
He says, it's a secret. I've been thinking about it all summer, what I'm going to do. So if there's a time to bring it, Arne, it's now. Isn't that right, Lars?
Well, you know, these are the semis. I mean, does he want to save it for the main jump, you know, to really bring it home? Does he want to save it?
It's just such a shame not to go on.
Of course, I mean, you got to bring it, but you got to save something too. I mean, the judges are always looking for innovation, right? If you do the same jump in the semis as you do in the finals, that's going to be a deduction of points.
Right.
Arne out first, wearing the black armband. He's got to bring it.
Gotta bring it.
I remember he's got a lot of speed out from the board. This is not going to be any different. All the way to the back, pushing that Red Bull barrel out of there.
Far enough. Come on, let's see what you got.
Full speed, double rotation, super clean. That's one of the classics in the freestyle.
I mean, there is a speed and a height in this jump that is amazing to watch.
Yeah, I don't think anybody does it as well as Arne when it comes to that speed and height and air time in itself.
And he remains so calm in the air as well.
But of course, Philip Julius has his own bag of tricks that he can bring. I mean, he's been in the game for so long. Also, very clean, I think, but was it?
Look at the judges.
Yeah,
they're thinking now.
I'm thinking that tuck that he did was a little uncontrolled. He didn't make it all the way to the tuck, all the way in, and then straight out into the outstretch.
It's like he kind of pumped in the air. But you know, you never know what the judges are thinking, and they're sitting so much closer to these guys. They kind of have a different perspective than what we do. So it's hard to know what they're.
But Arne has a more control. I mean, a more aesthetically pleasing Døds, whereas Julius is putting more elements into it. Ooh. 1 for Philip Julius, but Arne, with 4 votes, goes on to the finals. Philip Julius, unfortunately.
He looks so relieved, so happy. He's been dancing all summer.
That's his mom right there. Not happy with the decision made by the judges. But Arne, one of the main instigators of the whole scene. But the next 2 in the semifinals, we're gonna take a look at them.
Lybekk, 26 år, fra Holmsbu, og jeg driver med dødsing. Dødser egentlig for å få ut en dose adrenalin. Jeg trenger en dose, jevnlig. Når jeg ikke dødser, så tenker jeg på dødsing. Nei. I år tenker jeg rusle ned i dødslabben og koke opp noen syke planer som ingen ser komme.
Takk til André. Jeg er 21 år, jeg er fra Bergen. Jeg er regjerende verdensmester, vant VM i fjor. Utenom det har jeg ikke konkurrert så mye. Publikum betyr alt, fordi det var hovedgrunnen til at jeg begynte med dødsing. Jeg synes det var så kult når andre dødset foran meg, og så har jeg lyst til å bli en av de som dødser foran andre. Hvis du har lyst til å begynne med dødsing, så trenger du badeshots, og det er det. Det jeg skal gjøre for å vinne VM i år, det finner jeg ut av på toppen av tårnet.
Bit of different tactics from our 2 next contestants here. 2 grand old boys, of course. The winner from last year, well, he debuted last year, Kim André. Emil Lybekk, of course, the world champion from 2018.
Right.
Kim André makes it up as he goes at the top of the tower. Emil has a plan, he said.
He has a plan.
And he's going to bring it out.
He also says, when I'm not dødsing, I'm thinking about dødsing. So this pretty much encompasses...
But I got to touch on what Kim André said.
Yeah.
What you need to start dødsing is some shorts. Emil Lybekk.
Ooh.
He's happy, I'm happy. Are you happy?
I'm happy.
Oh. I like that little touch with the...
Beautiful speed out, a little bit of a sideways turn there. Did you see that? That was very smooth.
Doing a little muscle man there. Taking up diving, Emil.
He says adrenaline is what it.
So what are you gonna do here, Kim Andre? Did you make up anything on the spot yet?
He must be nervous.
All he's got to do is beat Emil, and he's in the finals. Let's speed out.
Ooh, that's something I've never
cross.
seen before.
The cross-legged thing.
Looked like he crossed his legs and he just kind of waited and then he moved on. Let's see. Oh, went pretty quick.
I mean, if anybody has any, excuse me, problems with our commentating and not naming all these tricks, it's because these guys just make up new tricks as they go, and I mean, they're not even named yet.
Right.
So I mean, we can do the flips and rotations, but I mean, other than that, it's just a show for the judges. That maybe you'll like this, maybe you'll like that. I'm excited about Kim Andre's.
Looks like he's using his leg to kind of garner some speed at the
Yeah,
end
but I
there.
mean, it looked like he was out of balance, but that was intentional. Like you said, we've never seen anything like that before.
Right.
But was it special enough compared to Emil's beautiful? Head popping up. They both look pretty happy though. A little excited. Remember Emil with the black. Emil kicking out. Kim Andre is out. Emil Liebeck is in the finals.
Who would have thought? Anything can happen.
Oh, that's going to be a tough final. So we're going to be watching Emil Liebeck and Arne Haugland in the finals. But before we get to that,
We're gonna
let's
have
see.
an interview.
Yeah, let's see what they have to say about this whole thing. Best buds.
Emil Liebeck og Arne Haugland, dere er i finalen i VM i døds. Hva tenker dere nå?
Gratulerer. Jeg tenker bare det å være i finalen med Arne er jo helt magisk. Kunne ikke vært bedre, så jeg bare gleder meg.
Hva mener du at du skal få meg nå? Jeg er lettest i motstanden. Nei, ok da.
Du liker veldig godt freestyle dødsing, men du vinner her en semifinale i freestyle og ikke klassisk. Du er i finalen. Hvordan kjennes det? Hvordan blir det å møte Emil i en finale?
Nei, det blir så rått. Jeg sto og så på semifinalen. Jeg visste jo ikke hvem jeg hadde lyst til å skulle vinne. For det er to gode kompiser. Jeg reiste rundt på han i hele sommer. Det er en drømmefinale i mine øyne.
He says they've been traveling around all summer together, so this is going to be, I don't know, a little bit sad that they're up against each other. He says, I'm happy no matter who wins.
Gratulerer så mye.
Takk. Jeg møter jo han med størst repertoar, så det er verdig vinner hvis det taper.
Arne's a little worried because he's saying that Emil has a lot more to draw from than him, but, you know, he's just being modest. The classic Norwegian modesty, and it's going to be exciting to see these two battle it out.
Haugland said it's about being crazy and liking to challenge yourself while also having the ability to see exactly what you need to do to collapse in the air. So you don't have to be super athletic to be good, but you have to have guts and perform the jump with style.
And swim shorts.
And swim shorts, like he mentioned earlier.
Mm-hmm. So, I mean, scratch everything that Arne previously said. Just go for it.
What you're about to see now is the bronze final with the women. Mina Amundsen versus Annette Weum. Annette, as you maybe remember, in the blue bathing suit had a bit of a mishap in her last jump. Ooh, beautiful,
classic.
clean classic. I like that.
And again, trying to do something special with the classic here.
Definitely. Big splash.
Mina really stepping it up. Unfortunately, not all the way to the top. All Annette has to do is beat Mina. Oh, doing a very clean backflip.
Very nicely executed. As you'll remember, she over-rotated last time.
Yeah.
Not the case here.
It takes a lot of guts to get back up there after a hard hit like that.
It sure does.
And especially do that.
And I love seeing how they smile on the way down.
So Mina with the black armband and Annette with the white. Two pretty solid Dødsers there,
Yeah.
I gotta say.
And that being a little bit more creative.
Yeah, but what she has in creativity, Mina had in style. But Annette wins the bronze.
She should be super happy with that.
All white across the board.
Annette Veum, en bronsemedalje i VM i dødsing. Hadde du tenkt det når du startet i dag? Nei, det hadde jeg ikke. Du har battlet deg fram, og nå har du en tredjeplass i et verdensmesterskap. Det er ikke dårlig. Er du fornøyd? Ja, det er selvfølgelig hadde jeg ikke litt mer, men ja, jeg greier ikke på sisteplass. Er du fornøyd med triksene du har satt i dag? Ja, jeg hadde ikke tenkt det skulle bli det der da jeg startet i dag, så. Jeg håper det inspirerer deg til å holde på videre, for vi har lyst til å se masse mer av deg.
All smiles and all laughs from Annette with the bronze medal in the bag. Saying that she had no idea what she was going to do, and then she just did it. As you can see, it's windy at the top as we go into the final for the women. Ingrid in the black armband and Lena Gallosen, last year's second place winner.
I'm super excited for this. One has a lot more experience than the other, but both have proven themselves to be amazing dancers today.
I guess Ingrid really putting it out.
Oh my gosh, that was a great dance. She came out with such force, it kind of caught me off guard.
That is going to be hard for Lena to...
1, 2 rotations before she lands like a shrimp. A little bit of flailing at the end with her legs there. She kind of lands a little bit sideways.
We can chalk that down to intention.
Right, or wind.
It was the wind. Let's blame it on the wind. Lena, if you're gonna put this gold in the bag, you gotta pull out your best tricks. Double! Oh
no! Unfortunately, she misses her landing.
Yep.
Oh no.
Not happy.
Looks like she's hurting a bit too.
Yeah. She got a little bit hurt there. Seems like landed. She's going for the double rotation, lands
you know,
straight
it looks
on
like
her
she landed
face
on her
and-
face.
Yeah, and chest.
She didn't manage to close properly. We're so happy we
Fingers
have.
crossed, she's okay.
So happy we have some help in the water there.
But I mean, she went all in, and that's what you got to do, Tony, to beat Ingrid's sensational jump there.
Yep.
Maybe taking it a little bit too far.
Let's just hope she didn't hurt herself too much. Yeah, she landed straight on her face.
Yeah, that hurt.
Oh, you
Look at
can
her
see
face.
that hurt.
Skal vi hjelpe? Skal vi hjelpe hverandre?
Ingrid trying to help her friend.
You know, you get such a shock when you land in that way, too. It kind of takes some time. I'm so happy to see she's on her feet.
Ina Gallosen-Lund, a true trooper. Back up. Receiving the applause she deserves. No visible injuries, luckily.
No.
But Ingrid brings it home, of course. Ingrid Eriksen Bru from Stavanger.
Can't believe it. She can't believe it.
I mean, can you imagine though? She did her first Døds from 10 meters a week ago, and there she is, the winner. As you can imagine, I mean, I don't even have to translate all this. She's flustered, she's just happy, she has no idea what's going on.
Shit, I can't believe it. I won a car, and I was just having fun. I never expected this today.
She just went for it. That is on par with the top jumps I've seen in a bit.
Amazing, amazing winner jump. Congratulations to her.
So we just have our first world champion.
We sure
2020.
do. Look at her. She can't believe it.
A new Citroën car and a couple of €1,000 richer.
Yeah. Can travel around and find some cliffs to jump off of. Pay for some gas money.
Oh, my heart is breaking. But at the same time, this is a classic battle. Philip Julius versus Kim André. Last year's winner versus three-time world champion. If you ever had anything in your bag,
Competing for third place in the World Champion Døds 2020.
who's gonna get a prize and who's gonna be eliminated? Philip Julia's out. A lot of stuff going on.
Very acrobatic, lots of flair. I like that.
Double twist. Seemed to me like one of his more, like one of the Philip Julia's Dødses that he's known for.
Yeah.
Whereas Kim André has a bag of tricks that, I mean, I don't think we've seen half of what he can do yet.
I don't either.
So I'm just excited to see what he can bring to this. Calm and collected. 12 meters up in the sky, ready to go head first.
Oh, I haven't seen anything like that before.
Clean as, I would like to say a whistle.
This is going to be a hard one to judge. Grabs his legs, inverts.
It's so clean. It's so clean.
Yeah.
It's so beautifully done. It's not up to us. It's not up to the viewers. It's up to the judges sitting comfortably on their boats.
Cutthroat battle style here.
The wind.
This year.
I can call out a few mistakes in both of them. A bit of a messy rotation, but Philip Julius Dibor picks up the bronze.
Third place in this year's World Championship.
It's a long way down from first to fourth. Kim André, unfortunately you got beat. by Philip Julius Divor.
Philip Julius, gratulerer. Tredjeplass i VM. Du slår ut en regjerende verdensmester. Hvordan kjennes det?
Det føles veldig bra. Det jo... Jeg vil alltid vinne, men en tredjeplass i dag veldig bra. Det veldig fornøyd.
He's happy with third.
He's happy with third. He says, of course I want to win first, but third's okay.
For hvilke triks du skulle kjøre?
I dag har jeg vært veldig usikker, uvanlig usikker. Så det helt I siste liten.
He says I've been so unsure of what kind of tricks I'm going to go for. So he had to make the decision on the top of the diving tower. And he says the season's definitely not over. He's going to continue and try to win again.
Da gleder vi oss til å se mer av deg, Philip Julius. Gratulerer så mye.
Tusen takk.
Happy with third. As always, would like to climb to the top. You know, who knows? Who knows what next year brings? I mean, he's definitely already qualified for next year's World Championship, though, as being part of the top 8. But now, pure battle.
This is the kind of battle mode we like to see.
Oh, these two guys, I have nothing but love in my heart for both of them.
Been traveling around together all summer. Never imagined they would be competing head-to-head for first and second place. This must be a range of emotions going
but at the
through
same
these
time, I
guys'
mean,
heads
they
right
would
now.
be happy if the other person won. That's the insane thing about it. Of course, they want to win.
And they're all such good friends, you know? So, I mean, there's really a camaraderie that comes with this sport that's really nice to see.
Arne is out first, maybe at a disadvantage.
Going to the back again.
As always,
Doesn't have enough
maximum speed, maximum velocity. Let's see if we can set a new record in. No! Did he land on his head? I think he landed on his head.
Or did he manage to close right at the end? Okay, well, he didn't hurt himself. Let's see the slow-mo then. Ooh, he did land on his head, Lars.
A bit too much for him. Doesn't quite get all the way around there.
You know what this means.
Looks like the path is open for Emil.
Come on,
All he's got to do is...
These guys are tired. What's going on?
Getting a lot of... Kim Andre jumping out to congratulate his friend. I mean, it would seem that like everybody thinks that Emil has this in the bag for that cannonball.
Can you imagine landing in a cannonball from 11 meters, Lars?
I've done it plenty of times. No, that's a lie. I haven't. With that bad landing from Arne, with a black armband, Emil landing his, and also, I mean, yeah, look at Arne a bit from the top there. Looks a bit unsure, doesn't quite get the velocity out that he's used to.
Yeah.
This might be in the bag for Emil.
We know the judges, we never really know what the judges are thinking. I'm sure they're scratching their heads right now.
Cannonball landing. Seaman in with a fist bump, always in the front line. Our two heroes. With our
the
fourth
deciding
place.
moment here.
Emil Liebeck, I saw the first sign was black. I was thinking, is that Arne? No. Emil pulled it in with 4-1.
World champion 2020.
Emil Liebeck.
This is so impressive. I'm dying to hear what he has
Won
to say.
in 2018, winner 2020.
Emil Liebeck, vinner av det 13. verdensmesterskapet I døds. Du tilbake på tronen. Hva tenker du?
Jeg tilbake, ass. Fy faen, det føles så magisk akkurat nå.
He says this feels magic.
Jeg så faktisk ikke for meg der. Altså.
Hva tenkte du på
Didn't see it coming.
toppmotorene? Finaletrikset, var det godt kalkulert?
Jeg gikk akkurat for det samme trikset som jeg fucka opp i fjor. Så det føltes sykt godt å lande det.
He said, I went for a trick that I tried last year and I missed, so this year, this feels amazing.
Jeg skal kjøre gris med den bilen. Jeg skal kose meg. Jeg har ikke ord.
Because I don't have words for what I'm feeling right now.
Well, he's just won a Citroën to drive around next year with his friend Arne, so.
And not just that, he's the world champion, 2020.
Kunne ikke møtt en bedre mann Arne i finalen, ass.
Så herlig.
Vi er kompiser.
Gratulerer så mye, Emil. Du får nyte titlen regjerende verdensmester. Gratulerer. Takk.
There you go. Apparently, if you win the World Championship, you owe everybody else a dinner.
We just heard that, didn't we?
That's what's been...
well, he can certainly afford it now.
He's taking them all out for dinner here at Aker Brygge.
We're in the heart of Oslo. And even though we have some restrictions this year, you saw that some people still came to watch at a safe distance. It's nice to see a little bit of the crowds.
But I mean, last year we had 3,500 people crammed into the arena, and that cheering, that just cacophony of shouts and screams, and that they normally feed off, was replaced with the battle system this year, and we couldn't have asked for a better team up than Arne and Emil at the end. Unfortunately, we knocked out Truls Torp earlier. We expected great things from him, but he didn't quite make it all the way to the top. And of course, last year's winner, Kim Andre, right there on his friend's side.
Goes to show you can never really know what to expect. Every year you see something different. Every year, you know, some kind of favorites, they get left behind and new talent emerges, which is why we love that. Or old talent.
Bringing it back. I mean, imagine, 2018, you won, and then it's been slow simmering. You've been thinking up new tricks. You try it out in 2019, you fail, and then you do the exact same trick, and you land it spectacularly in 2020, and it brings you the victory. So big props to Emil, and of course to all our other contestants. We're looking at 3 containers high, by the way.
We are. Look, the guys are now letting off some steam from what's been a tense situation the last 2 hours. And there we have our 2020 World Champion, Dødsers.
We're looking to hand out the Bruno Award, which is Best Classic Døds, named after...
the founding father, who died in '85. He was a guitarist in Braga Rockers, so the Bruno Prize is named after him. He dutzed with a cut-off 501 Levi's, very old school.
Winner of the prize this year, the award, Bruno Award, Philip Julius Devor.
That's so well deserved. He's been in the game for so long. He's such a great guy. This must feel good.
But again, should be mentioned, it's, like I said before, handed out to the best classic Døds. Of course, Philip also bagging the
third place
in the World Championship. But Philip Julius Devor, really a staple of the whole community as well. Been a part of this for many, many years. And if anybody deserves that award, Classic Døds or no, it's Philip Julius. Look at him.
Absolutely.
Ready to get on the podium. First and second place winners.
Get those car keys in his
Talking about,
hands.
you know, tactics for next year. How am I going to beat you, Emma? They got a year to plan it.
Yeah, there's no stopping them now. I mean, they Dutch all year round. When the weather gets too cold in Norway or other countries, I mean, they simply just take it inside to the pools.
But it should be mentioned, I mean, now that you bring it up, I mean, Arne Haugland is an avid ice bather as well. So, I mean, cold water doesn't stop that guy. I would like to just say on air to the world, from now on, he would like to be named the Arctic Baywatch. It's his own words, by the way.
I think he's deserved that.
It's the Hasselhoff of Norway with some extra ice.
Getting ready to see the winners step onto the podium and see they're doing a well-deserved dance.
Anette Veum, third place. As you can see, it's been raining pretty much all day. It cleared up. She's wearing her raincoat, accepting. Trying to give her the first prize there, Stina. Here's a car.
And second place.
Cash prize.
Second place.
Lina Lund.
Oh, it's nice to see her up there.
Well, second place last year, second place this year, maybe next year.
Definitely one to watch for next year.
But nothing can stop Ingrid Eriksson Bru, first year contestant.
That's just amazing.
I'm excited to see if she actually gets the car.
And she had her first Dutch last week. And 1 week later,
well,
she's standing
from 10 meters,
from 10
it should be
meters.
mentioned.
Yeah.
That's why you wear a raincoat on the podium.
Right, she was smart.
20,000 kroner, which is approximately $200 million, I think, in the current currency.
Right. Or 2,000 euros.
Ish.
Here we have the results for the women.
Mina didn't make it all the way to the top, but Ingrid Eriksson Bru driving home, hopefully not after drinking that whole bottle, in a new Citroën and 20,000 kroner. Amazing.
Happy ladies. Look cold, but happy. Getting ready to see the guys take the podium now.
I can only imagine how happy Emil.
He just must be so relieved.
Yeah. But no big surprises, though.
No big surprises. Well, Trulstorp exiting a little bit early was a little bit of a surprise.
Winner of the Bruno Prize and also third place this year, Philip Julius Devor.
Super well deserved. He had his family on the other side of the pier there cheering him on.
Dette liker vi. Her går det Philips av komfortabelt.
I mean, I can only imagine. I mean, he's 24 now, and he won in 2013. So I mean, I don't even want to do the math right now.
Yeah, he was the youngest contestant that time.
Yeah.
And second place, we have Haugland.
Happy with not being first.
Yeah, he looks super happy.
But at the top, ladies and gentlemen, driving home in a new Citroën, Emil Liebeck, happy as can be.
Looks like he can't even believe it. He's so happy. It's nice to see.
Let's open that cork and officially get our winner from 2020.
There they go. That's what a winner looks like, Lars.
I'm just so spent. I mean, all this excitement, all of these amazing Dødsers for the last couple of hours now. I mean, of course, nobody's so spent as these guys, but I can safely say that I think we found our deserving winner this year.
I think so too.
So on that note, ladies and gentlemen, from Philips Takaya in Oslo, Norway, with a brand new world champion. Well, not that brand new. I mean, he's been there before.
He's been there before. But you know, it's really well deserving, and nice to see how the camaraderie between the guys, you know, really rooting for each other. This is a good team we have up there. Top three.
But they're talking amongst themselves earlier about what they're going to bring next year. So, I mean, I'm already excited for next year. I mean, 2021 is going to be amazing.
Right.
We have all these challenges, all these wild cards, these golden tickets. Of course, the top 8 are going to move directly to the next year's World Championship. So we're definitely going to see these 3 guys next year as well.
We are. And we want to thank you guys for joining us.
Thank you so much.
My name is Stephanie Skabo.
I'm Lars Winsbø.
And we'll see you next year.
Signing off from Philips Takaya. The weather's nice. Let's go out and Døds, shall we?
Let's do it, Lars.
All right. Thank you so much. Hope to see you next year.
Døds presenteres av Citroën, Bula, Rush Trampolinepark og 7-Eleven i samarbeid med Det internasjonale dødsforbundet.